Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about combustion, okay? You can watch this video here that is also posted online on our sequence of learning and then follow along with the note. So what is combustion? Today our goal is to name the type of reaction, balance, chemical equation, and apply our understanding of combustion to explain the dangers, benefits, and application of complete and incomplete combustion. So what do we need in order to build a successful fire? Okay, you're going to need some sort of fuel. Okay, and you're also going to need oxygen. Okay, so the reactants for a combustion reaction are always a hydrocarbon with formula HX. Okay, and you'll also have a carbon. Okay, so for example, CH3. So there'll be some sort of variable there. Okay, so hydrocarbon is just a carbon and hydrogen compound. Okay, and our second reactant is oxygen. And oxygen is a diatomic, so it's O2. Okay, so the products will depend on how much oxygen is used in the reaction. Okay, so you're looking for words like sufficient amount of oxygen, insufficient, to determine if it's complete or incomplete combustion. There will always be 4 items that will be created. They are the following. Okay, you will have light, you will have heat, you will have carbon dioxide, and your fourth is your water. And it is a vapor, right? Because you are subjecting it to heat, right? This is where your fire is created, and your water will be in gas state. So when you're writing H2O in these reactions, you're going to write the state as gas, not as liquid. Okay? So let's talk about first complete combustion. So this is when there is enough oxygen in the reaction. You will have the following chemical equation. You will have some kind of compound, CXHY, plus oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water, and it will also release energy. Okay, some phrases to look out for in application questions to imply that there's complete combustion with plenty of oxygen, with sufficient oxygen, or in a complete combustion. So you will be given a hint as to what kind of combustion it is in the application question. Here are some steps for balancing combustion reactions. Okay, it does get quite tricky, but if you follow these steps, it becomes fairly simple. So when you are balancing, your first step is to balance your carbons. Okay, you need to add the coefficient in front of carbon dioxide first. Okay, then you're going to balance the hydrogen. And last but not least, you're going to balance the oxygen. Oxygen is the hardest part. Okay, so again, always balance carbon, then hydrogen, then oxygen. That is your order of balancing. So when it comes to oxygen, if you have an even amount of oxygen, you're going to balance as normal. You're going to add a coefficient in front of both reactant and products, and you will be balanced. However, if you have a odd number of oxygens, there are 2 different ways to go about it. Okay, either you can double all the coefficients, meaning you would multiply all the coefficients by 2. And remember, don't forget to multiply the hydrocarbon coefficient as well. Or if you're comfortable with putting a fraction in front of the O2, you can do that. So for example, if I need 7 oxygens, I would put the fraction of 7 over 2 as my coefficient in front of O2, which would tell me that I have 7 oxygens, right? Because if you think back to math, your numerator and your denominator will cancel out. So you're left with 7 oxygens. Okay, and I'll do an example later on with this. Okay, now let's talk about incomplete combustion. If there is not enough oxygen in the reaction, you will have incomplete combustion. For incomplete combustion, it is the same products as complete combustion. So you'll react it with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. But what is different is you will also have 2 other products of carbon, solid. Okay, solid carbon is known as soot. And you will also have carbon monoxide gas. Okay, so please remember that if it's in complete combustion, you have 2 more products, so a total of 4 products to write. And this is definitely harder to balance. In our course, we're going to focus mainly on complete combustion. If you do have to balance incomplete combustion, we will give you a hint to get you started. So some phrases to look out for in application questions: with insufficient oxygen, or a thick black smoke is produced, or it will literally say in an incomplete combustion reaction. So that will remind you to make sure that you're writing all of your products for incomplete combustion. Again, we will not often ask you about incomplete combustion, but when we do, we will give you a hint. Okay? I want you to practice balancing the equations that only have a star in the following reactions, okay, and writing out an equation. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do C4H10. Okay, so I will be told that this is my hydrocarbon. Okay, we will provide you with the formula because only in grade 12 will you learn organic chemistry and how to properly name. Okay, and we will also provide you with the states. For now, just practice the balancing part. So if I'm saying that there's complete combustion, okay, I know I'm going to react it with oxygen, and I'm going to have the following products. Okay, I'm going to have carbon dioxide, I'm going to have water vapor. Okay, carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy. Okay, if you want, you can leave energy off. It's more in grade 12. You're going to need to worry about that in order to help you balance this. Okay, so again, start with my carbons. I have 4 carbons on the left. I need 4 carbons on the right, so I'm going to put a 4 there. Then I balance my hydrogens. I have 10 carbons on the left, and I have 2 carbons on the right. So I'm going to put a coefficient of 5. Okay, so now we are left with our oxygens. Now I need to double check how many oxygens I have. Here I have 2 oxygens, whereas here I have 4 times 2, that's 8 oxygens, and 5 times 0, I have 5 oxygens. So I have a total of 13 oxygens. Okay, and this is where fractions come in. If you are comfortable to do a fraction, you're just going to do 13 over 2 before oxygen, right? So that indicates you have 13 oxygen on the reactant side and 13 on the product side. However, let's say you're not comfortable with fractions yet. For balancing, you'll get there. What you're going to do is you're going to double everything. So you'll have a coefficient of 2 here, you have a coefficient of 13 here, you have a coefficient of 8 before the carbon dioxide, and you will also have a coefficient of 10 in front of the water vapor. Okay, so 2 different methods. If you're comfortable with fractions, go for it. Only in front of the O2 will you see a fraction in complete combustion and incomplete combustion, or you can just double all of your coefficients. Okay, try these out. Make sure you check your answers. Again, anything with a star, balance it. If you want to challenge yourself, try balancing something that is incomplete combustion. Just remember that carbon is in different spots. Thanks so much. Have a great day.